Well, welcome to the party. We are closing in on Grand Cayman. Owen Roberts International. Airport code's Mike Whiskey Charlie Romeo, MWCR. It's my second attempt at this flight this morning. Started this morning. Crashed the desktop about 45 minutes out of Corpus Christi. Trying to isolate why that's happened. It's happened twice since I've got this this game set up, and the only thing I can think of was the last time it happened that also was in play here was that I was futzing about with the onboard weather radar here on the MFD. No clue if that's the common theme, but I have not touched the onboard weather radar in this flight. About 1,100 miles, 3.5 hours. About 10 minutes now from landing. It's got an interesting approach where the METAR for MWCR did not list wind. It said winds unavailable. But the sim showed winds out of the east, which, if you look here, is consistent. There's the island way out there. Can't see it quite, or I guess we can see it. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Anyway, we're descending out of 13,000 for 11,000 right now. It's got kind of a weird approach, if you notice here. I'll pull it up on this screen. I mean, go figure. I don't know. This is the approach as published to the RNAV approach to runway 08. Take this weird turn. Seems like it'd be more straightforward to just fly straight into Mobix, but it wants us to do this, so that's what we're going to do. This second attempt at this flight this afternoon now has been uneventful. Have to admit to a certain degree of trepidation every time I went to the screen to whatever, look out the window or check an instrument. I was afraid I was going to crash to the desktop, which is frustrating. Again, it's only happened twice, but I mean, if you've been there, you understand how frustrating it is. Especially on a long flight like this, you know, there's a lot of prep that goes into it. It's not just a question of
Whiskey Bravo, descend and maintain 1,500 feet.
Jumping into the sim and pressing play. I mean, there's
descend and maintain 1,500 feet. Docker Trey Whiskey Bravo.
There's a lot of planning and so forth. 1,500. We've been ordered to descend to 1,500, which we will do. Anyway, so when something like that happens, it's just, it makes you want to not even bother anymore. But I got back in the saddle. We haven't landed yet, but hopefully we do. The throttle back here. Bring our speed down. So, while there is an in-sim RNAV approach published in sim, I don't have one available on my Foreflight app. I had to go online to find the frequency for the VOR DME, which I learned
Whiskey Bravo, contact Cayman approach on ONA 20.2
is 115.6, so we'll enter that.
120.2 Docker Trey Whiskey Bravo.
We'll see if it works. I don't know.
Cayman approach Docker November Tree 4 Trey Whiskey Bravo is at 9,500 feet, descending 1,500 feet. Air November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo Cayman approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.84.
We are getting it. Now it's showing 20 miles from that VOR. VOR is basically on top of the airport, so that gives us some useful navigational information. Now we're going to make a big right turn. There's the island right in front of us.
Air Tree Whiskey Bravo, you are 20 miles west. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 8 approach runway VODAC transition. Clear to VODAC.
So we're cleared to VODAC.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 8 approach via VODAC transition. Clear to VODAC Docker Trade Whiskey Bravo.
In theory, all of this is unnecessary because we've been cleared to VODAC. So because of the flight conditions, that is the weather and so forth, I'm going to do just that. I'm not going to cancel IFR. I'm just going to fly direct to VODAC because they told me I could. Continue descending to 1500. If I had confidence in the in-flight FMS to alter the flight plan, I would just do direct to VODAC, but I don't, so I'm not going to. Turn left, continue our left turn, and head straight to VODAC, because he did tell us we were closed. We were cleared for that approach. Activate our inertial separator as we begin our approach and landing. This has taken a little time off of our flight since we're not having to do this nonsense. Just going straight to VODAC. Once we get to VODAC, we'll make a left turn to MOBIX, M-O-B-I-X, and then a sharp right turn to Caesar, straight into the airport. Only difference is because there are no plates, or I couldn't find any plates for this approach, I don't know what altitude we're supposed to be at these various waypoints. So time will tell. Luckily, we've got perfect clear weather. And we do have navigational input and information on how far we are. So with that, you can extrapolate quite a bit on where you should be and how high you should be. Generally want to be about 3,000 feet at 10 miles out. We're at 4,300 right now. So we're going to be fine. We're 13 miles out. Okay, we're closing in on VODAC now. We'll make our left turn. Zoom in on this MFD a little bit. So we're still flying IFR, or according to our IFR flight plan, we're still following ATC instructions. My only question is, now that this is now turned magenta, if I re-engage the nav, will it is. My concern was, is it going to try to turn me around and reshoot that segment? But it appears to acknowledge at this point that we are on this portion of the route, right here, because I switched it back to nav mode, so that's good. I'm going to shallow out our descent rate even more because we just don't need to be too low. I just know from experience that 3,000 feet at 10 miles is fine. And according to our VOR DME information that we put in on the VOR frequency 115.6, we're 10 miles exactly from the airport. So when we make this right turn at MOBIX, we'll be on final and just situated nicely.
1 mile southwest of Owen Roberts. Contact Owen Roberts Tower on 118.0 when inbound.
You ready for our right turn? Here it comes.
Tower on 118.0 Docker Trade Whiskey Bravo. Owen Roberts Tower Docker November Tree 4 Trade Whiskey Bravo 11 miles west inbound RNAV runway 8 approach.
Okay, here comes the right turn.
Docker November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo Owen Roberts Tower. Cleared RNAV runway 8 approach.
There it is.
Altimeter 29.3 wind 05 415.
Cleared RNAV runway 8, approach Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
We're at 2670, 2,670 feet, descending at 500 feet per minute. We are 9.4 miles, nautical miles from the airport. And there it is, ladies and gents. There's the airport. Nice. Okay, that's very good. Slow us down and put down our landing gear. Now we are on an RNAV, so I'm gonna take a try here at the approach. See if it grabs the glide path. RNAVs don't have, they're not ILS, so they don't have a glide slope per se, but they do have a glide path. Now what's it doing? What's it doing? Hold on there. Uh-oh. What's going on here? What is this weird left turn we're taking? Oh, I'm on heading. Damn it. That was my bad. It's okay. Let's get back on approach. Okay, I see. I know what I did. I pushed the heading, but I meant to sync heading to current heading direction. Instead, I activated heading, and it turned to the heading bug direction I had programmed in. You see this magenta diamond is now coming up versus a green diamond we're used to. We're leveling out at 1500, so let's not stop descending. Anyway, a magenta diamond versus a green diamond is because we're on a glide path RNAV instead of a ILS. Let's pitch APR. Come on, grab it. Let's see if it grabs it. We'll know if this GP turns green. Either way, we still have useful information. Flaps. Gotta watch that airspeed. Okay, we're good. Landing lights are on. Airspeed's alright. Still have glide path information, but it has not grabbed the glide path yet. What'd you say winds were?
Cleared to land runway 8, Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
054 at 8 and 15. Okay, but still out of the east, northeast. Alright, here we go. I pushed this VNAV button just out of curiosity to see if it would have any effect. It hasn't worked so far, but I was wondering if it has since the patch. Aha! Look what just turned green, folks. Grabbed it. Okay, good. Excellent, excellent. Okay, we're completely configured for landing. Inertial separators on, lights on, flaps fully deployed. Here we go. 3 mile final. And that's consistent with, that's from Foreflight, but that's consistent with our information we're getting from the VORDME frequency. There it is, Grand Cayman. Landing gear confirmed down. No clue what the minimums are at this airport, which is probably a faux pas, but winds are out of the east-northeast, so we're headed the right direction. Looking for a poppy, I think. There is. Yes, there's the poppy. 3 reds, so 500 feet AGL. To take over the airplane. Autopilot disengaged. A little higher in the seat. that airspeed solid. Less than 1 mile. Poppy's indicating 3 white, 1 red, so that's good. Want 2 white, 2 red, but it'll do. Wind saw the east-northeast at 4 knots, according to the aircraft. Looks like all the parking and everything's going to be off to our left. $7,000-foot long runway, so no concerns there. Confirmed runway 08. Glide path is perfect. Try to make those 1,000-foot markers, those 2 white marks on either side. Idle. Flare. Very good. Reverse thrusters on. Thought about trying to make that left taxiway, but at 40 knots, I thought better of it.
Delta 3 Whiskey, Bravo exit, runway when able.
Make our left turn.
Delta 3 Whiskey, Bravo, contact ground on 118.0.
Go to ground.
118.0 for Donner Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Parking.
Owen Roberts, ground Donner November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, taxi to parking.
Bring our flaps in. Landing lights.
November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo, taxi to general aviation, parking via taxiway.
Via taxiway. Okay. Not going to give me any
Taxiing to
specifics.
general aviation, parking via taxiway, Donner Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Maybe there's just one. We'll zoom in here on the MFD. Get a better idea of the airport layout. Well, I'm relieved that we landed. Which is to say, I'm relieved that we didn't crash to the desktop again. Can't even tell you how frustrating that is when that happens. I guess I've been lucky. I've been hearing reports of it happening a lot to a lot of people. Like the game's damn near unplayable for some people. It's only happened twice to me, but still makes you want to jump out the window when it does. Anyway, so here we are in the Grand Caymans. I'm not sure where I'll go next. I was thinking about Jamaica. Use our rudder pedals here to make our right turn. Little toe brake action. There we go. Oh, I see Gary. Oh, finally a nice straight-in parking job. All right, here we go. Guiding us in. Give me the X. And there it is. All right. Parking brake. Engines. Fuel cutoff. Acknowledge alarms. Lights. And depressurize. Pitot heat off. Inertial separator off. I think that's it, folks. Rough first round. Having to go to the desktop like that, but made it here safe in one piece. Take a look outside. This goofy. I'm sure this is easier with some sort of controller instead of having to use the keyboards, but the keyboard, I should say. But it's fun to go outside just for a second, take a look. And by the way, did I freaking nail that parking job? Yowzers. Hoo-hoo! Ho-ho! Right on the money. Anyway. Here we are. Time to go explore. Whoops, that's not what we want to do. Time to go explore this island. It's remarkably small when you really think about it. Anyway, that's it for now.